Okay. I've done it. I look kind of small. God knows. Check this, check this, check. Yes, it's done. It's done. 50p for the meter mark. Seriously, mate. Yeah. Kind of feels like that, if I'm honest. Um, fuck knows. I was going to do a video, as I said in the text, but yeah, I'm early, mate. I'm always early. I just thought, that's it. I'm ready to go. Luke Sade, at least that was on the deal. So that was something. That was on the deal, which was fortunate. Mm. But yeah, the point about this was, funny enough, as I showed you earlier, Mark. I mean, I knew it was going up. Granted. Where are we? Gallery. Hold on, I've got to get the right text. It's definitely another mistake. Right. Your bulb energy direct debit looks higher than usual. £512.55 has been paid from your account ending such and such, which is £222.20 more than your previous payment. So yeah, the bottle of plastic. Jesus, yeah, I remember that, Mark. That was when Luke said was a treat, wasn't it? It was fantastic. It was like, yeah, I absolutely should love that. But yeah, so that basically, if you're working out 4 weeks a month, it's like 55 fucking quid a week extra for my gas and electric. And like, I don't live in some mansion or anything. It's a, yeah, all right, it's a 4 bedroom house and there's the five of us here and the three dogs. But believe you me, our heating, I switch it on, Michelle switches it off kind of situation because it's deadly, isn't it? You know, it's like, you know, you go to sleep in your clothes because you're bloody scared. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I just think to myself, like, how the hell can some people cope with £55 a week? You know, that's what, over 2.5 grand a year, unless I'm mistaken. It's like, God knows, mate. Turn off that smart TV. Yeah, I'm going to use that in a minute after this. Bit of Robbie, bit of chilling out or something. I don't know. But like, yeah, I mean, even my beer machines, I'll always switch one of the. I'm only running two PDs at the most now, pros, but I will switch one off at night and take the keg out and then put it into the fridge. Which again, or as soon as the machine runs out, then bango, it goes straight off. But I mean, 500 odd quid for a 4 bedroom house a month for gas and electric, as far as I know, is like, it's just crazy. I don't get what's going on, you know. I mean, obviously we knew the rise was coming and that, didn't we? But fucking hell, it's like 2.5 grand a year, and then it's going up again, isn't it? Next year, so it's like you can see where people are coming from. I mean, how the bloody hell are people going to survive? You know what people forget is that really old people will probably be dying this year and dying freezing cold. You know, what a way to die. You know, people that have like fought for the bloody country and everything will be just dying because they can't afford the heating. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. But yes, it's so wrong. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know the shit with Russia and Ukraine doesn't help matters, but Jesus Christ, £55 a week for an average family for an increase. You know, it wasn't that long as well. It went up. It's like, I just sort of think, I don't know, there's something very wrong, like wrong to a degree that, like, Jesus, you know, you can see how the people just get into debt because if you if you're on your wages, obviously your wages are not going to go up £55 a week, no matter what you're bloody doing. But like, how? So if you're really tight already on everything, well, what else do you cut back on? I mean, blimey, I did Asda the other day and brought all that just essentials because someone said you can bloody buy that, and a lot of the times they'll sub it, which has happened before, and you get something better. What do I get? Everything bloody just essentials turned up. In saying that, I should have done some reviews because some of it's not been that bad, if I'm honest. But like, you know, that's cutting a corner, you know, which a lot of people are at that stage already, and you sort of think, where do you go? Yeah, you know it, mate. The World Cup should never be there either, Mark, should it? I think we both know that, but that's one of them things. Unfortunately, mate, there's nothing we're going to do to change that. I mean, World Cup at the absolutely most pathetic time of the season as well, which is like why a lot of the players are not that interested now, if I'm honest, because I think they don't want to get injured. Various reasons, isn't it? But shit happens, doesn't it? But like I say, £55 a week. I don't know if I'm if this is other people as well. Hence why doing this. It's like, as I say, 2.5 grand a year extra, like in one hit. It's crazy. I don't get it. It's it's just it's not bad. It's just fucking atrocious, isn't it? If I'm honest, it's like there's something just rapidly going wrong. As I say, people, are going to freeze in your bed, isn't it? I'm very lucky. I'm on a fixed rate until July, so the £65 they've given us covers me for the whole month, no problem. Yeah, why? How'd you get that £65? I don't. I did read something about that. I don't know how you get it. They're giving you so much, aren't they, each month back or something? I don't know. I know that maybe I got my £65 off, and it would have been £285 a month. But like I say, £55 a week, is a complete joke. It's like there's something very wrong there, isn't there? It's like you know, at the end of the day, oh, you get so I already had the £65 off the 220. No, £65 would be per month, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I've already had the £65 off. Fucking hell! So it would have been £285 a month. Is that right in saying, Mark? Jesus, it's like that's crazy. But I don't see how without no notice you can just put up someone's bill like £220 a month. I don't know. There's something wrong there. It's God only knows, isn't it? It's sort of like this situation where you think, what do you mean that's cheap? Are you joking me? Obviously, you have no clue because hold on, let me get the thing right again. Um, gallery, where are you? £512. Oh, that clown is aimed at me. How are you, John? Good to see you, fella. I think the way they are doing it, they take the full amount and then put 66 back within the week. That's what I had happen. I'll have to look at that. I don't actually know. Spurs could do with a break. Now, John. Now. Don't worry about Tottenham, mate. You worry about your own club. They're all right. Unsurprisingly, they're taking a piss. Yeah. Hold on, let me show stupid YouTube doing its tricks here. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Gets worse next April, yeah. That's it, mate. Absolutely. Oh, no. As Sid saying, they're taking the total piss, isn't it? I mean, when you talk about Tories, what are you going to do? Vote Labour? Seriously? We don't have a lot of. Yeah, exactly, Mark. They had their chance many times, and Christ, the thought of a Labour government scares me worse than. I don't know. I'm holding judgment on the new fella. I'm not saying anything. I don't know enough about it, but I did feel we should have got in the first place, if I'm honest. But I don't know enough about it to sort of, say politics ain't my thing, really. I watch Sky News a lot of times when I'm up early in the morning, and I do acknowledge John Fulham going to smash Everton Saturday. Fulham are just riding their luck, innit? They're not. Actually, I've got to give it to it credit where it's due. They are exceeding expectations, but we all know it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, a lot can change. But again, I don't suppose Fulham have got many players at the World Cup, have they? So they haven't got to worry about the World Cup. I'm sure the old snake, what's his name? That one that was in the Spurs medical room and player I hate the most. What's his name? I'll not name him. That's like me sat here naming lock, stock, and smoking barrels, man, for abusing me on that video. It's like, I'm not even going to give him the airtime. You know what I mean, Mark? He starred in a film, didn't he? So, like, the guy's famous. Smashed many teams this season. We should a revolution. I'll tell you what, you know it, mate. Simo makes sense as well, isn't it? Good smash and play. Lovely, John. Love it, mate. Love it. You know, but it's a problem, isn't it? The snake's going to take you into the Europa League. Fucking hell. I'll have one of what he's on here. Jesus, I'm doing something wrong here. Mate, that snake, I'll tell you, he's bad, man. Mm. He's bust past, must be due, mate. Do you know, I thought we'd seen the end of him. And then Fulham signed, I can't think of his name, he used to play for Spurs and never got a real chance. And I thought, you know, I'll be watching them. And then, like, Mr. Redberry, he said, you know it, Mark. But, yeah, no, it was a. Boy, I speak like that, mate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going there on him, Mark. He never replied to my comment anyway. It's like, never mind. All right, Paul, what the fuck are you trying to do to me? No, mate, look, I am not on the pop. After yesterday's little episode, I'm kind of going to weld my way into it today. Vincent, mate, he is not crap. He is a good player. If you give him a chance, seriously, he's got a lot more going for him than Snake, that's for sure. But no, Mark, I was just going to do a video, and I was talking to Mark the Pondering Man, and I just thought, oh, okay, I'll just say it just in case anyone wants to join in and have a chat about it. Because I saw that text message this morning from the energy company, and I weren't feeling it exactly great, as I must admit, after yesterday. And then I thought, for fuck's sake, I'm being robbed out of £55 and more a week. If I'm not being robbed already, that's like I say, our heating's barely on or anything. Watch the rampant lion video, hooligan hunting. It's so funny. Oh, I'm not giving him airtime, mate. No way, Pedro. I did have to clip it. Sean's got some clip its. SJ Mark, well, Bonvillain as you call him, got some clip its he's going to put together from Lock, Stock and Smoking Barrels, and I'm sure you know which character I mean in that. Paul the jab, yes, I've had my flu jab today. Well, I'm on it, even if you aren't. Don't worry, mate. I'm pouring soon, Mark. Do not worry about that, mate. Mine has only gone up. You see, £15 a month. Now, that, Mark, Matt, I could deal with. And I know you haven't been here to my house, but our houses, there's not a lot in it. You know, when I think of the size, yeah, we've got, I don't know, actually, you've got 4 bedrooms as well, haven't you? If you think your house might even be bigger than mine, my heating won't go until December. I don't blame you, Mark. SJ's the main man, mate. Good lad, is Sean. But on brighter news. Hi up, pal. Hope you're well. Oh, hold on, Luke John. Sorry, mate. They didn't like that one for some reason. Yeah, government, absolutely. It's diabolical, isn't it? It's like, you know, as I said at the beginning, how many people are going to freeze to fucking death this year because you can't afford to put the heating on? I mean, like 55. Matt Greenfield down. I'll say, I know Matt personally. Obviously, we met through Facebook. Fellow Spurs fan, lovely fella, lovely family. We've actually met up on a few occasions. There are a few sessions that have ended rather well. But yeah, get a big magnet. You know it, mate. It's 50p's, wasn't it, when you used to put them in and get them back out? You've got to go and play football. Jesus, you will be in a state later. That'll kill you, won't it? But yeah, we just got ours wired into the nearest windmill. You would need it, mate, you know? Like I say, mine going up 55 quid a week. I'm just dipped, mate. I'm really like pissed by it all. It's like, I don't be needing it. And that shit's no good. Mm. Oh. But that weren't £1.39, you see. That was 89p in home bargains. So that's not bad, is it? For, Jesus, 19%, 19.1 grams of sugar. Okay. I thought it was calorie free because I'm a dick, but never mind. No fat, no saturates, I read and thought, yeah, that's good. Being a lino doesn't count as football. You love it, John. You tell him, mate. Oh, what's that one? If Tony's not come up on here. Hello, Mucker. We get £65 notes off per month. Still fixed at the moment. Got lucky. I'm not going to get anything. I was not going to get anything because of the cap. Start a hamster farm with a big wheel. Why not, Mark? Do you know, mate? Any suggestions? Welcome here because, like I say, £55 fucking week is just taking a piss, isn't it? You know, it's like they didn't even give me an email to say, oh, by the way, your gas and electric's going up this much. I'm in the middle of moving to a new house. All the other work is built up, but the bills will be small as the house has solar panels attached. Yeah, you see, the problem I might have, and this has been said to me before with my house is like built in the 1930s. So, like, the way it's going, obviously, my daughter's 20, God knows how old is she? Oh, shit. She won't watch this in a way. My daughter's 22, I think, or 23, 21. Well, she's early 20s anyway, but she's saving up to get a deposit on a house. And like once she moves out, the dogs start to depart. Obviously, we'll downsize. And one thing I would do is look for a new house because obviously, as time goes on, I won't be able to pay these sort of bills as time goes on and on. You know, it's almost impossible. Yeah, where are we? I missed that. Move to Portugal, no heating needed. Do you know that, mate? You know, like when you think about Portugal, I was my mate from Portugal. Funny enough, I can't remember if I mentioned it last night anyway, but he's back in England today because he's got to sort out his will and some COVID things and everything. And he said, you know, there's always options here, mate, and you can buy somewhere like he has that's going to go up in value, and like you know, you're never cold, even in the winter. You just don't have to that boat in Gibraltar. Oh, mate, I got scared on that boat. I wouldn't mind some of the other boats, but then they probably go more than what my house is worth. And you can't really take the three dogs and the other two kids. But Sean still being 15, obviously Paul's 20, but obviously, as a lot of you know, with Paul, there's a few issues there. And it's like I'm probably lumbered with him for life. So wherever I go, I've got to take him, and obviously SJ at the moment. So you can't downsize. I could go and live in my bloody T5. That'd be cheaper. Have you got hydroponic plantation in your loft to get that increase? I don't have a loft, mate, because remember the loft's converted here. That's mine and Michelle. Well, mainly Michelle's. I don't go up there a lot. So he's normally my bed. I wouldn't need upstairs if it weren't for my clothes. Yeah, obviously because we've got. I mean, our house is pretty basic. It's detached, but it's like you've got the conservatory, you've got the kitchen, you've got the main living room. Then you've got a flight of stairs. Oh, and you've got the toilet, obviously, in there as well on the ground floor. First floor, you've got three bedrooms, two of them fairly sized, one of them is just a total box room, and you've got the bathroom. And then you go upstairs to the next floor, and all you've got is that's the loft conversion, which is just basically a double room. You know, Barcelona would be a sweet location for me, not too hot and not too cold. Yeah, I've been to Barcelona a couple of times, mate, but it's a bit steep on the fucking beer there, isn't it? You know, and there's only so much of the old Estrella and that I could drink. You know, I wouldn't want to leave England if I'm honest, but you know, I sort of look at it and think, I don't know, yeah, where do you think in the future, innit? Like me sounds like no, it's really not that big, Mark. Honestly, it's not. I'll just do a video at some point. Actually, no, I won't do a video in there. Jesus, I'm getting there with the clothes. You know, I've had another go today. I'm kind of getting there, but I've had to order something else because it's not quite gone to plan. I mean, as I said last night, half my bloody clothes are in the conservatory now. And the worst thing is, if you're upstairs, you haven't got a bloody shirt, so you've got to come all the way back down two flights of stairs just to get changed. And then it's freezing cold on the conservatory floor. And it's like, it's a bloody nightmare, to be honest. Hold on, I've not missed anyone, have I? No, 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 no. I'm sure I haven't. But yeah, no, it's But on brighter news, if there's any perfect draft owners here, what about the excellent news about Jezza? The Hawkstone release, as you know, as a lot of you know, I shared the video last week, and I'm really really highly excited for that. 4.8, it's a damn good session lager that's not going to blow you away. But then again, it depends how quick you drink it. I mean, the keg of Stella that didn't last too long here yesterday kind of blew me away. But yeah, no, I think in future for perfect draft, remember, I know a lot of people don't like Jeremy Clarkson. I neither here nor there to me. Makes no odds to me. Nah, they'll never put it down, Mark. if the most, it would go slightly down. Like, look at the fuel prices. You know, I didn't need to do all that, and you know, a lot of that's our tax anyway. It's like I said, what was it on a live last week? Well, I woke up in London after the old Robbie thing, still hammered, and I buy a packet of cigarettes, 15 quid. I'm not attached to England, so it would probably be easier. Also, no kids or pets. Maybe once I retire in 8 years. Yeah, mate, in life, and I always say this to Michelle, have aims. Because if you don't have aims in life, oh my God, Stan Clarkson. Yeah, he is what he is to me. But the beer's good. And that's all what happens to me. Um, Luke John, hi Mark, just left a comment on your video. Yeah, I got halfway through that, Mark. I thought I'd better come and do this. Would like to have a base in England and spend the colder months on a 2-week holiday in Tenerife, eventually, with any luck. Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, that's why I booked. Well, as I said last night, I'm flying in. We're flying into Singapore in January for 25 days. But yeah, all right. We stop at Munich. Well, where else to stop and have a pint on the way? So, like, we fly into Munich. But like, I had an idea with Michelle, and I said, well, maybe once we get into Malaysia, because obviously we're at Singapore, and if any of you have been to Singapore, which I'm sure you have, you'll know how fucking steep it is there. And I haven't been. I've been to Singapore twice, but I haven't been since about 2004. I think 2005 or something. And I actually remember crying about the price of the beer then. So yeah, there is that as well. But my idea was to rent a car and drive down to Malaysia and try and see some of the rural areas while we've got this time there. I mean, we're trying to get across to Hong Kong to see someone, a real dear friend of mine, funny enough, who I met on a plane, who's a doctor, because he's getting older and everything now. And I'd love to catch up with him and everything because he's sort of the earth guy. You wouldn't believe how well we get on and how different he is to me. I'd live in the back of a van if it was near great food and cold beer. Yeah. Do you know what, mate? I always thought that. Then again, I had my caravan, and I always thought I'll just sell the house and live in the caravan. And you get chucked out January and February. And I thought, well, with all the money I save, for not paying community charge, for not paying this and that, I mean, my community charge here, 2.5 grand. Do you know what I mean? Another 50 quid a fucking week. So, like, it's crazy. But after the weekend, look, you've always got to look forward, Luke. Hong Kong. Those posters are still up for you too. That's Japan. You know we're going to that one another day, Mark. No, I was popular in Hong Kong. It's just Japan. I had a couple of issues, but yeah, no, I love Hong Kong. I mean, funny enough, I had Facebook memories yesterday, like 10 years ago in Causeway Bay. I can't remember what I was drinking, and the funny thing was, Leffe was on draft 10 years ago in Hong Kong, and this bar I was in Causeway Bay, and for some stupid reason, I was drinking San Miguel. But 10 years ago was before the Perfectdraft, so maybe I was less brighter then than I am now. I don't know. But yeah, it's always one of them things, isn't it? But yeah, but my idea, as I say, was getting away in January was because it's so bloody cold here, you know? Yeah, Hong Kong Island, Mark. I mean, you talk of Hong Kong, I'm more of a Kowloon man, to be honest, because I love the hustle and bustle and all the old chippos walking into me in the street and that. And it's just crazy. Like I said to you before, Nathan Road, main road, I used to hang in around the bars off there and everything. But yeah, go over to Hong Kong Island, totally different experience. I do like that place. And if I can get a cheap enough flight, I'm gonna go over there in January. That's my aim. But at the moment, you see my friend, I might be able to stay with outside KL for a little while, but it'd be handy for him if he could look after my suitcases, you see. So if I went to Hong Kong, then I'd only have to take hand luggage. So then it's a completely different ball game on the flights. So, because I'd only be doing a few days in Hong Kong, because as you probably know, Mark, not only is it terrible against our pound now, I think it's less than 10 Hong Kong dollars I'm sure you get now. I can remember getting like 15, 16. So everywhere you go, and Hong Kong was always expensive, right from day one. Still a few COVID rules. Oh, God. Funny enough, I was in, shit, yeah, that's the last time I went to Hong Kong because I had a Hong Kong stopover on the way to Vietnam. And the last time I was in Hong Kong was just before COVID, so it's 2019. But did I go out in Hong Kong? I didn't. I think I just stayed in the hotel and got hammered because I was only there for the evening. 12.5. Yeah, I've had 15, 16. I'm sure it's. I can't really get it up on the phone. Hold on. I'm sure it's less than 10 now. I'm sure that's what someone told me. Hold on. Google. Hong Kong. Oh, it would help if I could spell Hong Kong properly. Dollar to pounds. No, I've done it the wrong way round. UK pound to Hong Kong dollar. Oh, I give up. Yeah. Do you know what, Mark? Your first trip to USA. I'm just reading that now. $2 to the pound. I do remember that. 1982. I was lucky enough. My parents sent me to Hong Kong, and that was when Pac-Man and Donkey Kong and everything. And it was $2 to the pound. I think now I had to do an exchange rate for a transfer to China, and I think because I had to pay via PayPal, I think I got $1.07.9, and it's like literally one for one, isn't it? It's diabolical. That they've just absolutely killed our pound and that, haven't they? It's scary shit, isn't it? Mm. It's not great. And again, that's another one that's just not going to go away, is it? Like your pound's never going to jump up. What was it when the euro first came out? When we getting like 9? Jesus, mate. I was told it was 10, not 9. Fuck sake. It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? That's just, yeah. Jake said, yeah, Mark said the same thing. It's like, fuck's sake. Can you hear that? That's that bloody perfect draft shouting at me. What's it trying to do to me? But 9, it's like, I say, we were actually drinking Hogarth. I can't remember the name of the hotel by until it comes up on my memories last time we were in Hong Kong. As I say, when we left for Hong Kong, the Hong Kong was where they were in all the hazmat suits and they were shooting the guns at us for our temperature. Coming back, yeah, marks. I remember the marks as well in Germany. But I'm sure it was about $12 to the pound 3 years ago, and it was about £6 a pint. So if you put another plus inflation since then, you're going to be looking at 8, 9 quid a pint. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? And that's like, yeah, maybe I won't worry so much about Hong Kong, but I just wanted to go back there for old times' sake, as I say, and see my friend. I'd love to introduce him to everyone on here. He's an absolute diamond. Anaesthetist, done it, been there, got the t-shirt, But Jesus, that's expensive. That's scary shit, isn't it? It's like Jesus Christ. Mm. That weren't bad. That I thought it was sugar free because it was no fat and no saturates, but they just rammed it all in the sugar. That was only 89p. So that was kind of something, wasn't it? It was like, well, it could be worse. It's that sort of situation there. But like, as I say, what else was I talking about? What I meant to be talking about? Oh yeah, I've done the gas and electric thing, haven't I? The perfect draft release. As I was saying earlier, I think it's great use for the machine. I think having someone like Jezza on board, yep, I know he's a very Marmite type of chap, shall we say? But that would draw more people in to buy the machines. And where everyone keeps moaning, not everyone, just most people, about the price of the kegs, remember it's £2.50 for a 330ml bottle. If you take your discounts and everything into exchange, it's only costing you £2.60 a pint on your perfect draft machine. So that's not bad, is it? Sid's saying hello, Mark. I'm sure you can see. It's probably coming up quicker than it is on there because I thought I'd just do it off the phone today rather than setting the computer up. Because that's the worst thing this morning. I lost the bar keys and I'm hunting around frantically because obviously my son needs to access the shed and that's the only key is on the with the thing. So I've now changed keys because I found both of them in the end today because I was having spastics this morning thinking like, fuck's sake, what have I done with my keys? Do you know where my keys actually were? There's a box of salami crisps on top of my fridge and my keys are in there. Now, I would never have found them because how would I? you know. It was like only the top bit was sticking out. So yeah, and then when I came in here, I found the other key, which was really weird, but never mind. If the PD was 200, I think that's a fair price to pay for that machine. Yeah, I don't know how much they are now. I mean, unless you're into your IPAs or want your lagers cold, the Phillips PD is still good enough. I prefer the Pro because I like drinking lager at one. But if Michelle has IPA, obviously you can go up 6 or 7. But you know, always keep a spare set in the fridge. Yeah, it's just there is no. I need to go and get them cut because the two sheds down there now. I'm on the last key for both of them. As I say, it was only that I saw the top of it and I thought, what have I done? You know, it's like I lose my bloody keys last night. At the end of the day, but they're done. But yeah, I don't know how much the Phillips one is now. I'm sure it's gone down a bit. But yeah, I think obviously with Jezza coming on board, hopefully they'll fly out and it will open up more things to us. I see the other side of people saying, oh, for fuck's sake, another lager. I see that as well. That's also one of them things, but it's still better to have different things, you know? I don't know. It's one of them things, isn't it? To get one key cut costs about £7. Jesus, I've got to get 3 cut. I remember when it was like, didn't it used to be, it wasn't that long ago, it was 3 keys cut for £5. £2 each or 3 for fuck's sake. You ready on the sauce, Paul? Josh, look. What do you take me for? After yesterday, starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with the old Welshman. No, mate, but I will be soon, mate. I'm bracing myself for a beverage or two. I was going to do a Lionbrow wine review because I've got that loaded up. Yeah, Perfectdraft definitely needs a stout back, mate. The trouble is, Mark, that's like with me when I've screamed out at them for Weizen beers and everything. And you can scream how you like, but the way that the last stout is always on special on short date kind of gives you the picture, doesn't it? The way that we only get Royal once a year. No, I definitely agree with you there, Simo. I said that myself, mate. £36.50. You're taking all your discounts into effect, as I said earlier. You're talking of about, yeah, that was it, mate. That's Gareth. Gareth's a madman, mate. Are there any packs? Not what I've seen, mate. And trying to get a Jezza pint pot is almost impossible. Yeah, good to see you, Tommy. I was going to say, I was going to do a video. If you're on about 6:30, I'll have a beer with you. I will be on. If you want to have a video call or something later, Matt, let me know, mate. I can always call you on a video, but I think after I think I should keep quiet for a little while on here at night because normal people, they have a few beers, they end their stream. Dopey here gets kind of carried away, thinks he's fucking Robbie Williams and winds his wife up and everything else, you know. But yeah, no, I'll definitely be having a beverage or two tonight. Yeah, but Simo, there's definitely no packs, mate. So yeah, £36.50. Obviously, there is a Hawkstone pint glass. Yeah, no, funny enough, I meant to mention. I forgot all about that. Thanks for that, Mark. I meant to say, Basil, the beer no idea, is enjoying his cruise. Funny enough, I was talking to him on Messenger earlier, and he had this 1906 Grand Reserve glass. I was like, mate, there's not even one of them on eBay. You've got to pinch it. He was like, I can't here. It's too quiet. And there's nowhere to go outside. And I was like, fuck the glass. I've never, ever seen it. He had a 1906 Grand Reserve. It was such a lovely glass. But yeah, he ate snails as well, didn't he? Ah, no way, Pedro. The thought of eating snails, seriously. Oh, Michelle, we were out once many years ago in Hastings, dining out with Michelle, her friend's partner, and me. And when they wanted to order snails, I felt so sick, I had to get a taxi and went home. I was like, no way, Pedro. But yeah, no, he said he was off the ship today, but he might not have access to the internet for 5 days after day or something, if I remember. I can't remember. It's something like that. But yeah, from what he seems to be having a good time. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Trying a few different beers. Yeah, I know. I can't believe it, mate. It's like, what the fuck is all that about? You know, people do. I wouldn't eat rabbit. Like, I was saying, I don't know whether it's his Facebook post or his YouTube post. I was saying I've got to watch my pet rabbit. I haven't really got a pet rabbit, but I was trying to do his head in because I knew he'd had a few beers. And so I've got to watch my pet rabbit. If you ever come here, you'll be fucking eating him. But yeah, no, snails just are a no-no for me, mate. It's like, no way. I've seen my mate, Golden Balls, Golden Child, eat them in France a couple of years ago as well. And I was like, oh, I can't even watch. And he said, but they're flavoured in garlic, mate. You like garlic? I thought, I would never eat that one of them. Just like, I don't know. Maybe it's me. You just don't, sometimes you just don't, yeah. Oh, see, I've never knowingly ate rabbit. But you never know all the time. Some of the Chinese, no offence to anyone if there's anyone Chinese on it, but some of the Chinese takeaways sometimes, God knows what you're eating when it's in a curry. I mean, look at the Only Fools and Horses episode, Mark, when the cat went running, wasn't it? And it was like, it's number 65 off the menu or whatever number it was. I'm sure a lot of you recall that that was a young Del boy then, wasn't it? What about frog's legs? No way, Sid. I couldn't do it, mate. No, I know a lot of people that tried them as well. Apparently they're quite tasty, but I can't eat the frog. It gives me the old judders thinking about it, I mean, I wouldn't eat meat, but as a lot of you that know me know, I tried it, done it, been there, got the T-shirt, Did you say something? You know it, mate. But I did 11 months without meat, but I just can't. But I'll only eat, obviously, the basic meats like chicken. I know it makes me just as bad and quite a hypocrite saying this, but I just can't. When I go vegetarian, I get even more fatter because I bloody just eat chocolate and crap like that and crisps and junk food because I don't like mushrooms. I'm not that keen on vegetables. So it gets tricky. I'll cut out the meat. And like as I say, I did 11 and a half months. I should have made it a year, but Christ, that first kebab, if you actually knew how good that was. And it was all greasy and everything. And I was stone cold sober, you know? Like, oh, no, don't. Oh boy, I burned the pizza. You know it, mate. Funny enough, I was just watching some of them again recently when we were talking about it on here before. And I went inside and I thought, yeah, I could just, you know what? I could just do a bit of that. You know it, that luminous paint. What was it? Not gold? Yeah, it was gold, wasn't it? Was it? Oh, God, Jesus, no. Oh, that was it, Mr. Ching, wasn't it? What have you done? I remember that. It was like, fuck, how many times have I watched that episode? I should know it. Like, I watched Yuppie Love again with Del and his Filofax, in his Financial Times only the other day, which was, it's still, that falling over the bar bit, it's still, you just like, and it's coming. Because obviously I've probably seen it maybe 100 times, that bloody bit, but you still laugh. And it's like, problem is, they don't make him like him anymore. Funny enough, I was saying to the doctor today when I had to have a flu jab, and being the age I am, obviously, when you're called up for your flu jab, it's all downhill, don't you? But yeah, and like I said, you people don't know you're born now. I said, like, you will never experience the things we have and that. But that Chinese actor playing Mr. Ching was actually Japanese in real life. Oh, that's a mad one to know. He was good though, wasn't he, Mr. Ching? Didn't he sign Dell up to do all the rest of his restaurants? I recall after because of he didn't have to use the lights, did he? Because Dell's paint was so bright, wasn't it? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, no. That was brilliant. Cheers from Swansea, South Carolina. Have a great day. Excellent. Lovely to see someone from the USA in. Excellent, mate. South Carolina, you see. We get about on this channel, everyone. We do get about, don't we? But yeah, no, as I say, I've had my rant. I feel a lot better. I'm really pissed off, actually, because like Matt Greenfield has said earlier, same sort of, yeah, fuck's sake, mate. Yeah, get Trotter's pain. Actually, I'll get Trigger. Unfortunately, no longer with us, Roger Lloyd. Avid Spurs fan. What a legend. He must have been the best in the show. But yeah, no, I'm still actually really fucked off because mine's gone up over 50 odd quid a week. And Matt's, as I say, got the same type of house and his has only gone up 15 quid a week. So how does that work? I don't know. I just think that, as I say, 500 odd quid a month. I keep forgetting the bloody price. 500 quid a month over for electric and gas is just way too much. There's something really wrong there. £512.55 a month. You can't park there, Dave. Yeah, but what about if I buy you 2 pints of bitter, and a bag of crisps? Can you turn the other way? If I recall, it's something like that, anyway. Yeah, all right, Dave. That was just legendary Trigger, wasn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, fuck's sake, he was phenomenal, wasn't he? £15 a month. I did change to Opus. They don't make as much profit as the other companies. I'm one of the cheapest about. Maybe it's time for me to change, isn't it? Octopus. Sorry, I said Opus. Maybe I have to make a change on it because, like, I'm surely getting done up. It's just like, as I say, it's a shame that anyone that's been to my house, no, it's not that big, you know. It's not like, I think the dog's coming out to play. There's no one there, mate. Don't bother doing that trick. Simo in charge. Yeah. Yeah. You know it, mate. You could just picture it, couldn't you? Yeah, but that broom has had how many heads and how many? That was just classic, wasn't it? How many new heads and how many new handles, wasn't it? No, how many new? Oh, just like 21 of this and whatever of that. But that was just classic Trigger, wasn't it? He was how he played that part. I don't think no one else could. I watched the one with the Driscoll brothers as well the other day. You know when they were going boom and the thing, and I'm like, "What are you doing here, Trig?" And he was like, "Well, I just followed you, lot, wasn't it?" I complained to Little about being overcharged. They just sent me an email saying, "Sorry, there's a £1 voucher." Fuck's sake. Yeah, I was going to complain. Where was it? Home Bargains, because I brought Sean a pack of dairy milk. And it was like, well, it's a decent pack, you know. They said £1.99. And I looked at my receipt when I go home, it's £2.99. I thought I should really kick off. I just couldn't be bothered to go through the motions. And then I thought they'll probably say it says £2.99 in there, knowing I'm not going to go all the way back there because it would cost me more than £1 in fuel, because fuel's so bloody expensive now, isn't it? So it's sort of like you can't win. It's I don't know. It's a worrying time, isn't it? It's just sort of like, where do you go here? You know, the future's not bright, is it? I mean, remember we used to sing the future. They used to say the future is bright, the future is orange. Remember Orange Network? And look what happened to them. They went down the carsey, didn't they? Like the 2/3, 2 2/3 of a bottle of Frankie. Yeah, I could just do a bottle of Frankie. You know, I shouldn't be thinking about that. But yeah, no, it's just, you know, you think like, I was watching your video earlier, Mark, and I totally remember anyone who don't know, Mark does some absolute mad reviews, says it how it is. If you don't like it, he don't give a fuck. That's pretty much Mark. But when you were saying about them people when they're younger, you know, in their 30s and that, and it's true, mate, they haven't got a clue. They're like, yeah, we're old, but we've done it, been there, as I said to you, and got the fucking T-shirt. Hated those orange adverts at the cinema. Yeah, I fell out with Orange. I think in 2004, funny enough, I was in Malaysia, and that was before you got all your phone included. So I was just sat in a swimming pool in Malaysia, mate, ringing everyone back home in England going, I'm in Malaysia on a mobile phone, this is mad, or 2002, whatever it was. And yeah, got £1,100 bill and didn't pay it anyway, because it was like, I didn't use it that, actually I did use it quite a bit, but yeah, it was 1,100 or 1,500. So that was the end of my contracts with Orange, shall we say. They weren't very good anyway. It's sometimes they're good, aren't they? Sometimes you're sort of like, you know, like Vodafone. I use mainly. I've got Vodafone and O2, and Michelle's got free. But like now, when you go abroad, because of bloody leaving the EU, it used to be my whole unlimited plan with Vodafone carried abroad. But now you only get 25 gig, and to 25 gig is not a lot, especially if you start bloody uploading. Yeah, Michelle's are free. She's on, I think it's about £20 a month, all in or something. But I'll pay a lot more with Vodafone. But it's like, I've got 82 countries worldwide included. When I check out Malaysia, it's not included. It's £6 a day. And it's like, if I'm there for 20 odd days, £6 a day, it's like, so I'll have to get a local SIM card like I used to, going back in the day when you just obviously take your phone out and get a local one, because that's absolutely crazy. I don't know, as I say, about Singapore, but judging on looking at some of the hotels at this rate, the only thing I'll be seeing at Singapore is the bloody airport will go well, because it's just crazy. I would like to go there, do it again, as I said, but if I recall, back in the day, Singapore was actually more expensive than Hong Kong. Right, bloody annoying. This Sky Broadband in Lancashire has been down since 5 a.m., says Simo. Because I live in the sticks. Yeah, Simo lives in a mansion, you see. We know Simo, you don't need to tell us. Simo's got, private road and that. Probably named after him. Can get 4G in certain places. I used to have that. I used to have to hang out outside the thing, buy some writing paper. You know it, Mark. But yeah, I used to have to hang outside the window, the phone wouldn't work upstairs. I remember waving mobile phones around back in the day. So I always keep the old Derek phone on a bar. No one even notices it now. But when I first started doing videos, I was like, that phone. And that phone actually used to work. But I think the charger would have been, Lord. We should actually call him Lord Simo. Good point, Mark. But yeah, I think that phone used to work. It was really shitty, but it'd be so good now. But I don't know when. I think it went into something else. So obviously, it's some dodgy thing that I got over in Thailand. It's never going to work again. But it's a nice ornament. I thought it was a sat phone on the bar, to be honest. That Derek phone is worth about £700 now. Jesus, what, my one? Fuck it, I said it. No, it's just part of the bar. And I just remember, really living that day to when I first got a mobile phone. I can remember being in a club in Brighton in the 90s, and you just got your phone out, you used to put your aerial up, and all the girls were like, oh my God, he's using a mobile phone. You're like, yeah, use a phone, phone your friends up. Muggins, drunk, what an idiot. Got a huge bill for that. That's probably the highest extent of my stupidity probably ever. Did I order a single keg of that Hawkstone pool? Oh, I did indeed, mate. I'm do another one as well because I forgot to order something I was meant to order today. Let's just say there was one keg that someone really wants that I don't really want, and I'm stupidly hurrying around trying to get it so it gets dispatched today. Forgot to order something for someone else, so I've got to do another order. But I was trying to ask when the Hurton comes out because Basil wants me to get one for him as well because obviously he's away and it's very limited. But BT Pager, they were good as well, weren't they? I do remember them as well. But yeah, Basil wants me to get him a keg of Hurton, which I'll send to him because obviously, as we know, it's limited to so many, which could cause a problem. But I don't know if they make it one person each or one keg each. God knows, isn't it? I don't know. But he really wants to try the Hurton book, and it might be the only time you get to try it. Like Victoria's never come back, and as someone rightly pointed out, it's on the foreign sites, and that was a cracking Belgian beer. That was. He never said much about the Hurton. No, definitely, Simo, but it's definitely now, Sid. Yeah, mate. I did twice. Funny enough, I thought I'd be on by the time by being my age, Sid. I thought I'd be on the fourth or fifth victim by now, but only the two. You see. I've been married, fucking hell, too long. Yeah. I'd be out now, let's just say. Yeah, twice married, mate. Done it once, got the T-shirt, went and done it again. God, what an idiot. You're right, mate. What more can I say? What was I saying? Might have to get some more Frankie, yeah. That's what I'll probably get as well, funny enough. But I've still got, obviously, I'm trying to wait for the Royal glass packs because I did email Dan about that because I said, as I'm sure I mentioned last night, because otherwise the lucky ones that see that first are just going to bloody mass order them and then flog the glasses on. So the poor people that don't get the glasses again, that have been real pissed off, might have to be there. Everyone hashtag. I'll get Rick to do it in the keg tips because I wouldn't be able to do it. I haven't, obviously, can't. And it would help people, wouldn't it? I feel it's unfair that a lot of people get, the advantage if you're there at the point when you see it. And if they've only got so much kegs, the poor person that's working all day and his phone switched off, or whatever, or don't see it, then it's gone, isn't it? I think, as I say, I want a class willing to pay £10. Do you know what? Funny enough, Mark, and we were talking about this on Facebook today, because for all us that paid extortionate money for them, and that really was, I actually paid £37 once from Germany for a Royal glass. So there you go. When not one person had that glass. that I knew at that point. I think I'd seen it once on some German lads post on Facebook. So yeah, that was really mad, that wasn't it? And it was like, obviously with a glass pack, they're just going to become everywhere now. But it's great because I think it's pushing the keg. Because one thing, if you were watching Dan's post, he didn't guarantee that Royal would come back again. So depending on the sales, you know, obviously I didn't buy nowhere near as many kegs as I did last year. You know, it's like I push it as much as I can, like I did last year, but I can't keep like loading up Facebook in the beer groups with, oh, look at the Royal, because remember I've got to drink a keg each time when I'm uploading it, innit? So mine are not going to last very long. So yeah, there is a bit of a worry there. As I say, he wouldn't guarantee someone asked Dan, because obviously I kept quiet most of the time in it, because I talked to them, well, here and there. And I thought it's everyone else's turn, isn't it? Rather than me just keep getting in the way and everything. It was nice of him to mention us a couple of times, which was good. Um, yeah, but Frankie Royals are all right in a Frankie glass. I always say that to people. You get people spiting, saying, yeah, but it's not a Royal glass. It's like, for fuck's sake, do you know how hard it is to get them bloody glasses? You know, it's Franskiner, isn't it? If you're drinking Franskiner Hell, it's Franskiner Dunkel, it's still a bloody Franskiner glass, isn't it? I know, in saying that, it's okay for me, but as I said, at one stage I had 7 Royal glasses. I've now got 2, so I did find that deeply worrying. Yeah, it does. There's something about the branded glass, and I mean, social media has made all that worse, I must admit. But then I've always been the sort of person like, I buy a pint of Kronenberg in a pub many years ago, and they serve it in a Foster's glass. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It don't taste right. And that was before the days of Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and everything. And you were just like, for fuck's sake, this is horrible, you know? This is like shit. And it just don't feel good. Good afternoon, says Paul. Good to see you, Paul. Paul Greenwood in. I've been away from YouTube. It's been. I remember you saying, a good time, I hope, mate. I hope. And a lot warmer than here, I would have thought. I would, yeah, I've just been ranting about the gas and electric, mate. You haven't missed much, to be honest. And yeah, I'm sure Matt said, getting back to that, I'm going to go through this afterwards, because I'm sure Matt said that his was £15 a month, whereas the mine's, there's something wrong there, isn't it? 200 and odd quid a month. I'm sure that's what he said. I will go on it afterwards. But yeah, nice tan, definitely. Trouble is, you know, when I go abroad half the time, because I'm in a bloody bar all the time, unless I'm sitting in a bar outside, I don't kind of get the sun as much as what I think. I mean, I'm actually quite white, really, aren't I? You know, it used to always be when I used to go to Italy and Spain and everything, they used to try and speak to me in their language, thinking I'm a local because I was always tanned and that. But unfortunately, not so much now. I don't know. Maybe it's the age catching up with me, you know, sort of thing. Who knows? It is one of them things, isn't it? But no, as I say, that electric bill really pissed me off. Yes, as a warm one last week. Yeah, 27 every day. You see, that's where it's good. 27, not too hot that you're sweating out all the day. You know, like that's the trouble with Asia when you go into your 30s. Once you start going to 35, I can remember being in KL at like 38, 40 degrees and everything, and you just can't. You have a beer in a day or a couple of beers in a day, and it pure wipes you out because you're just absolutely bollocks, you know? You reach the point of no return and you're like, fuck's sake. And the next thing, then you're back in bed, or you go home to have a shower, or go to a hotel room rather, or apartment. Quick shower, freshen up, what happens? Bang, go on the bed. You wake up like 10 o'clock at night and you're like, fuck's sake, I just missed the whole night. Yeah, me and Michelle done that a few times, you know. Or she won't wake up. I wake up and I go out and have a few beverages. Then I get that little phone call that says, you're a dead man standing. And I'm like, I'm just here. I've been waiting for you. I've got your drink ready. And you just come out. And of course, by that time, I'm plastered again. And she's like, well, where are we going tonight? And I'm thinking, oh my God, if you only knew, you know, these things do happen in a life, don't they? And it does make it kind of interesting. With regards to Asia, I say, I'm absolutely buzzing going back there next year because I kind of thought, it's like we talk about, you know, Mark, we talk about getting old and everything. I kept thinking, I'm sure I'm never going to get back there before I die. It's just like, you know, oh, come on, hold on. It's funny, we all create our own energy. We don't even use gas. Gas is the seventh energy source in the UK. We give our gas to other countries because we can't store it. Yeah, I'm paying for their gas, mate. I seriously actually think that I'm actually paying for their gas, you know. It was like, oh, mate, no, you should have read my updates, Paul. But it doesn't matter because over the next few weeks, I keep saying they're doing a glass pack. And this is just what we've been having this conversation about as Mark the Pondering Man was here. They're, they're nigh on impossible, mate. I was saying to Mark earlier, I paid literally once bloody 37 quid for one of them bloody glasses, but there is a keg pack. But the Royal's that good, mate. Why not buy another two kegs and get the keg pack once it's released? Yeah. Oh, mate, there, innit? Yeah, you pay for them, take your rubbish away. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you, Lee, all day long. It's just fucking wrong, mate. And it's like I say, I was so pissed off today. I was just going to do this video, just like shake my fucking head and rant and just go absolutely. Yeah, I can well believe that, mate. But as I say, they are coming out. They are coming out with um, with the Royal Cake soon. It's not far away. It's like, you know, it's I don't know, mate. It could be tomorrow, but it could be 2 weeks' time. But if you remember on Dan's live and he watching, he said, now I'm sure he said they're definitely coming. If I'm wrong, someone please let me know. But John, taking a few Ukrainians. Yeah, spend the money you get from the council, kegs and gas, get them working behind your bar. Win-win. They'll probably rob my bar, mate. That'd be worse than letting Michelle loose in here. Oh, God, no. Funny enough, my main man, I don't know, a lot of you remember at the beginning of YouTube, my main man Sid is back about. So hopefully he's going to come down soon and we're going to have one or two. Golden Child's coming down soon and we're going to have one or two. So yeah, could be busy. Just not be on my bar, Mark. That's all right in hindsight, but not be on my bar. That's just like, that's a definite no, mate. No. Especially now you've got a PD under there now, which is loaded with Hustle Road down there and Lambrough up the top one now. And the worst thing is, I was trying to update the apps because I read something quickly and didn't read the full thing. It was an Apple app. Well, I've got bloody Samsung phones, and I kept trying to update it like a complete fucking idiot. Well, of course, it wouldn't update because I'm on Samsung. It's the same thing. They say give you 67 energy and give it back to you. Yeah, definitely, Lee. I don't even know what happened to my 60 quid. It's like, apparently, it's automatically taken off. I don't see, as I say, our four-bedroom house, I keep having to go back to this phone, £512 a month for gas and electric in a four-bedroom house. When the gas, as I say, the heating's barely on, you know, and that's £220 up on last month. That's like, for fuck's sake, £55 a week rise. But, you know, it's one of them things, and it's one of them things that I'm just going to be fucking angry forever about it. It's just, it's not right, you know. But as I say, you know, I'll sit here, I'll freeze. I mean, I might as well, for how warm it is in the bar and the house half the time, I might as well be sat out here, and I'm breathing bloody air soon and everything, innit? First day there, right? The thing is, John, you're not advising be a man, are you? You know, the king is an acquired taste for the creme de la creme of perfect draft users. You know, it's a rigged system. People don't even have to pay for gas and electric. Yeah, it's just fucking wrong, mate, isn't it? It's just, I don't know. It's like a point Mark, Pondering Man, put across earlier. If the bloody war ends, well, of course, it's obviously going to go down then. It won't, will it? Or it'll go down slightly. Impy stout will warm you up. Yeah, I know, but do you know what with a stout, Sid? I'll be honest here, mate. I try all the time to get into stouts and that because often the time you can have them at room temperature. And I can drink one now and again. I've always been weird in a way that I've never liked dark beer. I find it really hard sometimes with the Dunkels and that. But I'm getting better as time goes on, if that makes sense. But I'm still, kind of like, I don't know, I'm just weird. And like Michelle would say, sometimes I look at a beer I mean, YouTube's made me much better. I must admit, because if it weren't for YouTube and like not just myself and watching others as well, would I have tried half the stuff I try? I tried. If I went back 3 years ago. Good afternoon, Mrs. B. Hope you're okay. Good to see you. Yeah, if I went back 3 years ago, I'd literally drink lager and wheat beer, and I wouldn't have nothing. I wouldn't even try um, IPAs and things. And then I decided I wanted to work through every keg of Perfect Draft, so it kind of a lot of things changed. But a lot of them, I find it I can only do a certain amount of them. If that makes sense. So obviously, if you haven't got multiple machines, you can't. Well, then again, you can whack them out and put them in the fridge, can't you? There is always that advantage. Otherwise, you're kind of like snooker, didn't you? Because if you've only got one machine and no fridge space, you put it in there, you had enough after a couple, well, you've got to bloody drink it to get the next one in. So it kind of it can work against you as well as for you, can't it? But as I say, I've always wanted to get into the stouts, but I just can't crack that one. I've cracked the IPAs quite a lot and the pale ales, but then sometimes with a pale ale, I just don't fancy it. If that makes sense. Like with the what's the keg they've discontinued now? Lux. I absolutely loved the first keg, and then I had it again, and that orange flavour weren't there, and it was full of flavour, and then it weren't, and I was sort of like, that's not the same beer that I drank last time. I know sometimes they can differ from time to time, so obviously I would hope that's it, but in saying that, it just weren't great. No wonder they discontinued it. But as I say, the best thing about Lux is the glasses, the glasswork, because it was one of the best glasses. Funny enough, I've got them up here. Ooh, don't want to knock anything down. Not today. Ooh, see? Them ones. I think they're absolutely beautiful, them glasses. And they are. No, they're not nucleated. Oh, dear. When that was released, there's me telling everyone they were not nucleated. Um, love a stout or a porter this time of year. Yeah, I do try, Mark, as I say, but that's what put me off. I was going to do one of the calendars. In the end, I chose beer York, Brew York, sorry, Brew York. But then I saw how many stouts there were. I thought, no way, Pedro, I can't do it. Yeah, never got along with stouts. Always tried to revert back to the usual German and Belgian beers. Yeah, Belgian beers. They're set number two to the German to me. I know a lot of people will say vice versa, but they are. That's where the best beer comes from, isn't it? You talk of the two big hitters. It's got to be Germany and Belgium. They're doing it right. I was good afternoon, Lawrence, mate. Good to see you. I was a Guinness drinker until I brought the perfect draft. I'm now a lager drinker. Yeah, the funny thing is, I have spells of lager. I'm bang into it, and then I kind of go off it a little bit. But at the moment, I'm bang into it. I mean, I did this Stella Unfiltered yesterday, and I know that's a lot of Marmite to a lot of people. I've done a review of it again yesterday that I haven't shared yet at one. And I tell you what, that absolutely flowed down that keg. And the people like before, I took so much stick for that review and everything. Anyone, no, I haven't had any more comments yet, mate. He didn't reply to the last one. The lock, stock, and two smoking barrels, man. I thought we could build something on that. Or just drink Dunkel or Black Lager. Yeah, I don't mind a Dunkel, Mark. But as I said, I couldn't do too many Dunkels. But yeah, no, it was love wheat beers myself. I've got a world top marmalade porter this weekend. Yeah, I do like a Pils Lawrence. I absolutely love Hasselrader on the perfect draft. But funny enough, when I was drinking the old unfiltered yesterday, I was thinking like, this is bordering. But I don't know. Sometimes it's for the moment. I mean, it wasn't that warm yesterday. We dropped it down to one. People say you lose flavour. Again, I don't agree with that. I just think it buys you time. Although then again, we drank them so bloody quick, it was absolutely pointless, wasn't it? But yeah, no, I do like pills. Some pills more than others. I think I actually prefer pills to a Hells, really. If you think about it, a lot of the time, my friend Perry in his 2000 shed won't reply. Yeah, that's what I say. I'm not naming him on here, Mark. I'm not giving him no airtime after abusing me like that. You know, only the wife's allowed to do that. I don't even, you know, I'm still subscribed to him. I haven't unsubscribed and everything. You know, he's entitled to his opinion. But that was just like, what the fuck was all that about? You know, it was like, I would never have known because I don't watch all his videos. It's impossible to watch every video of everyone I subscribe to. I'd be on literally YouTube all day and all night. But like, someone posted it in Keg Exchange Facebook group. It was like, I think this is about you, Paul, and tagged me. I was like, I had to sit there watching him take fucking 6 minutes to bloody drink a sip of his beer. And I thought, for fuck's sake, and then on 8 minutes, mate, there's a celebrity in the house, isn't there? Because he's talking about me. And not very nicely either, you know? It was a proper personal attack. If I was easily offended, never mind. As I say, I did reply, as you saw. I don't know, someone said he deleted it or something. He didn't give me the time of day of replying, so that's fair enough, isn't it? It's not me with the dodgy taste buds, and I don't think I starred along with Jason Statham and Brad Pitt, you know? So let's not go into that. We'll keep that one for another day, Mark, because I say SJ is going to build something. But I'll explain that to you a different time, innit? I've gone over my hour here, haven't I? Gee, I said I'd do an hour. Before I know about... Yeah, I prefer pills as well. I actually do, because it goes back to the day of Wholesome Pills, when the original Wholesome Pills, don't get me wrong, when it was 6%, I was absolutely made up with that drink. You know, I remember even Holston Export back in the day. Do you still get Holston Export now in England? I don't think you do. You get Holston? I don't know. But then I had Holston in Hamburg in February, and it didn't cut the mustard, shall we say? It just wasn't right, if that makes sense. Without being kind of the Holston Pills adverts were, and of course they were the Spurs on a Spurs shirt for a while, which kind of helped it for me, if I'm honest. It was kind of like, yeah, so of course, you know, we were loving the pills. We were good when it was your team. And that one, there was the yellow thing. I've always been into the colour yellow. Funny enough, as I'm digging out my wardrobe and sorting out that mess upstairs, I'm finding more and more yellow clothes. And I said to Michelle, it's going to be a yellow day soon. I do like yellow. You know, it's my favourite colour. Why has been? I don't know why. You know, I like bananas. You know, I don't know. Like Weizenbier. Got to be different sometimes, isn't you? It's like what makes it worthwhile, isn't it? It's like, yeah. So I hope I haven't missed anyone. Yeah. No, as I say, we're not giving that certain man airtime because he doesn't deserve it. There's no way, Pedro. It's like, you know, talk about my royal like that. It's like, that's criminal. Man should be fucking arrested. He's probably never tried it anyway. I don't even think he's got a perfect draft, dick. Anyway, right. I'm going to say bonjour, everyone, because I'll get carried away and I'll start pouring beer after beer after beer and I don't go and, you know, God knows, isn't it? Right. Thank you all so much for joining me. It's been good. I was meant to make me feel better about the increase, but it hasn't. But I did try. So it was the thought that counted, wasn't it? But yeah, as I say, rather than outstay my welcome, I will say bonjour and I will speak to you all again soon. Bonjour, bonjour Sid, bonjour Mrs. B, and bonjour Mark the Pondering Man. Didn't want me to go.